Good evening, everyone. My name is Jasmine Stanley, and today I'm going to be discussing why is advocacy an important part of social work and the social work practice. So, social workers, according to the NASW, social workers advocate and they champion for the rights of individuals and communities with the goal of achieving social justice. Community organizing and advocacy work with the power of numbers, many people thinking, working, and acting together to counterbalance wealthy and powerful groups. And this means they have to protect and extend themselves. So, as social workers, we're called to advocate for marginalized groups, people who feel that they don't have a voice, those who have experienced social injustices. We are called to fight for them, as I like to say. We're called to fight for them. We're called to speak up for them. We're called to um, dismantle those systems that are called or have come to oppress those who are in need. Additionally, advocacy is very important to the social work practice. It's actually one of the main keystones in the social work practice. So, obviously, as social workers, we don't just advocate, but we also provide resources for those who need them. We also lobby against those social injustices that I talked about a little bit earlier. We go against systems. One of the things with systems is there are systems that are created to oppress people. There are systems that are created to keep people bound. And we are called as social workers to fight against those social injustices. What that means is we stand and we actively pursue justice for those who don't have it. Additionally, we are called to fight against organizations that are created to keep members, or as we call them, members out. We are called to help those who are in need. So, with that being said, within my organization, so right now I am a case manager, which means I often which is so funny. I often have to advocate for those who seemingly don't have a voice. I work with a lot of clients who have experienced traumas, who are disabled, who don't know what resources are available to them. And because we don't live in a society where people are always welcoming and people are always offering those types of resources, it is for me as a social worker to go out to find those resources and connect my members with them. So most recently, I have a member who is experiencing some hardships, and she was having mold in her apartment building. So her landlord would not come in and fix the mold. He would not come in and remove the mold. And she's disabled. So she didn't know what was available to her. So what I did was I contacted the city of Milwaukee, which is where I live. I contacted the city of Milwaukee and I kept calling them until they sent someone out to inspect the building, because again, she didn't know what she was able to do. She didn't know what resources were available for her. Additionally, she didn't know how to navigate through systems, right, which was meant to keep her in just a place. So with her living in this apartment building, um her landlord would not come and help her, and I believe that he wouldn't come and help her just because of her disabilities and because he didn't know that she knew her rights. And initially she didn't understand her rights, but as the social worker, I was able to inform her of her rights, contact the city of Milwaukee, and get a building inspector out there. So I'm happy to say that the mold was taken care of, but again, I had to advocate for her because at the time she felt like she had no voice. She felt like there was no one to help her, and there was no one to help her achieve the goal, which was obviously to live um I want to say normally, but live and feel respected. A lot of people don't feel respected. A lot of people don't feel heard, which is why we as social workers are very it's very important for us to effectively advocate. So when we effectively advocate, we keep our emotions out of it. We strictly stick to the book. But for me, I want to treat the janitor the same way that I would treat the CEO, which means I would advocate for a janitor the same way I would advocate for a CEO. So I do believe that advocacy is very important, and it is a very important part of the social work practice. And as social workers, we have to remain ethical while we're advocating. We have to remain educated while we are advocating. And additionally, we have to keep our emotions out of it to advocate effectively for our clients. Thank you.